Good evening, YTPC. Saw Gunner coming at you here for another installment. So this evening, I'm smoking some haunted pirate ship. So generously gifted to me by our good friend Rob at Hoot and a Briar. So for those of you that don't know, haunted pirate ship is a 50-50 mixture of haunted bookshop and pirate cake. And boy, let me tell you, this is very, very good. Now, I've never tried pirate cake. Just haven't got around to ordering it yet. I have tried haunted bookshop. I like haunted bookshop. In fact, I have a pound of it in my cellar. Excuse me. This blend is just delicious. Oh, and I'm smoking it in my Peterson Sherlock Holmes Handsome. Now the jar note right away, you smell the Latakia. Very, very heavy. This was like an old leather wallet. Then I smell like a sourness, like from the Orientals, and I smell like dried fruit, maybe like figs and plums. It smells good. Now the taste, that's it's very good. I like it. It's hard for me to nail down a review because it smokes differently in different pipes. It's a very good smoke. But one of the reasons I chose my Peterson Handsome was because it smokes the best in this pipe. When I smoke it in this pipe, I get a buttery creaminess that kind of coats the tongue. I get, in the first half of the bowl, well, the Latakia is always present. I would say down to about the bottom third. But the first third of the bowl, normally, I get that cocoa nuttiness from the Burleys. Then getting down a little past the halfway mark, then I start picking up on the Perique comes out to play a little bit. I don't get that peppery nose tingle with this blend. So the mixture has calmed the Perique down quite a bit, in my opinion. And then when you start getting down toward the bottom of the bowl, then the Orientals want to come out and play. That's when you start getting that sourness. This is a very delicious blend. In fact, I think I'm going to have to order some pirate cake now so I can start blending my own haunted pirate ship. Another thing I like about this blend was, I didn't just go buy this at some tobacco shop. It wasn't blended by some guy in a tobacco factory. This was hand blended by a member of the YTPC, by a person I know and consider a friend, even though we've never met in person, Rob. I saw the video of him blending this. He was dressed like a pirate. And so to me, that gives it an extra special flavor. This was blended by a pipe smoker for pipe smokers, and by a person whose channel I admire greatly. So it makes this that much more sweeter. So Rob, thank you. Thank you, my friend, for this generous gift of Haunted Pirate Ship. And I give this my wholehearted endorsement. So if you haven't tried Haunted Pirate Ship, it's 50-50 Cornell and Diehl Haunted Bookshop and Cornell and Diehl Pirate Cake. I say buy some and start mixing. It's that good. Especially if you like English, if you like Latakia, you'll like this. And maybe you're someone that you've tried Haunted Bookshop, but it's just too rough for you. Well, this has really calmed the Haunted Bookshop down quite a bit. Like I said, I've been enjoying this quite a bit. And having mentioned that about, this blend being blended by a friend, by a member of our community, it reminded me of something that my father said to me many years ago. When I was a kid, we heated our home with a wood-burning stove. And I wet the whistle. We had 2 wood-burning stoves. One in the living room, and then one toward the back of the house in the TV room. So every year around, late October, early November, my father and I would go out and cut firewood. So, he knew people that had land that had like dead trees on it, or, they wanted the tree taken down. So they would allow my father to go over there and cut down the tree and cut the wood, and they would, give us the wood. This was every year from the time I was maybe 11 or 12 to about the time I left home. And one day my father said to me, he said, son, you and I will enjoy the heat from this fire more than your mother or sister or little brother. And I said, well, how's that, Dad? I mean, it's the same heat for them as it is for us. He says, no. He said, we did the work. We went to the forest. We cut down the trees. We sawed up the wood. We stacked it out in the backyard. You bring in the firewood every night to keep the fire going. So you've earned this, or the heat will mean more to you because you worked for it. And looking back on it, that's, he was right. That's true. I did enjoy the heat from that wood-burning stove, especially coming out of the shower in the morning. I'd burn my butt on that wood-burning stove. It was so northern Illinois in the wintertime. But so what I'm trying to tie that in as to why this particular batch of Haunted Pirate Ship is so special. Because I know the person that blended it. I saw the video of him blending it. And he was generous enough to send me some. So that gives it, to me, that makes it extra special. So Rob over at Hoot and the Briar, thank you. I also wanted to give a shout out on Saturday. Brody Joe over at Nature Photography Guy gave me a very generous shout out. So Brody Joe, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for that wonderful shout out. And I also wanted to thank you for your support of our military. You mentioned that, you know, your company would send care packages to the troops overseas, and that you would put in 2 big tins of Captain Black. Man, I tell you, I bet you those troops really enjoyed that. And, you know, having served in the military and having been deployed overseas several times, you know, I was on the receiving end of a lot of those care packages that, you know, people from back home would mail to us. And man, that just meant the world. Of course, I never received any Captain Black. But, you know, I still, man, we would get American candy like, you know, Hershey's bars, Snicker bars, Reese's peanut butter cups. We get those Gillette razors, baby wipes, which, trust me, if you're in the military, you know, baby wipes. That's the way to go. And just, you know, toiletry items. And we get, you know, paperback books, crossword puzzles. It was just always a treat to know that the folks back home were thinking about us and send us these gifts. So it was greatly appreciated. So Brody Joe, thank you for your patriotism and helping support the troops. I'm sure, you know, that made a difference. It really does. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this evening. If you haven't tried Haunted Pirate Ship, I highly recommend it. Oh, and you guys are really contributing to my PAD, pipe acquisition disorder. Thanks to Jamie over at Smoking in My Car, I just ordered a new pipe, the Peterson B10 shape. So you guys will be the downfall of me yet. Anyway, guys, thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, bye-bye.